Hello everybody and welcome back to the Lux for Pilates YouTube page. Today we have a super fun workout. We're going to be doing a Pilates HIIT 20-minute express class. This is going to turn up the heat super quickly and a great way to incorporate a little bit of Pilates and a little bit of just modern day fun HIIT workout. So go ahead and come onto your mat. We're not going to do too much of a warm up today because we only have 20 minutes here. But I want you guys to just go ahead and start on your hands and knees before we get into some more work. So just take a few cat-cows to get our body a little bit warmer and bring some movement into it. Connecting with our breath here as well. Inhale as you dome the spine and exhale as you arch and bring the gaze up towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale and exhale. All right, maybe one more inhale and exhale. Amazing. Come back center. From here, you're gonna come on to your hands, pressing yourself out into a plank position. Find a second here to just find some stillness, find your center, and then you're gonna press yourself back into a downward dog. Come back into a plank position and press yourself into a downward dog. Amazing. Just trying to get this body warmed up a little bit more. We're gonna do a little bit more of interval style training today. So I'll let you guys know what is coming, but don't worry, I'll be here as a reference as well. Making sure we're really getting that deep stretch back here, as well as hitting the full plank at the top. Good. You have just 3, 2, and last 1. Press everything back to that plank. Go ahead and lower your knees down. Press yourself into a child's pose position and just begin to circle out those wrists before we get into some more work here. Letting yourself breathe, connect with your breath. Press yourself back up and just take a second to roll out the ankles now. We're on our feet and hands a lot, so we want to make sure that they're nice and properly warmed up. All right, amazing. We're gonna start with our first little bit of work here. So we're gonna do 4 different movements, 3 different times, and then we'll take a little bit of a break. So the first movement that you guys have is going to be lowering into a squat, placing your hands down, shooting your legs out, and then coming back up. So it's kind of like a modified burpee position. All right, everybody can join me now here. We're extending out, pulling everything up. We're jumping straight into a lot of work this morning. Keep going. You guys got this. Just a little bit more left here. Can you give me 2 more? This is your last one. Good. Press everything out into that plank. Lower those knees down. I want you to now come onto your back and you're gonna give me bicycles. So the right leg is gonna extend out, the right elbow is gonna reach for the left knee, and then you're switching, switching, and switching. Keep going. You guys got this. Whew. Yes, you can. Breathing through this. You have just 5, 4, 3, last 2, and this is your last one, finishing on that other side. Amazing. From here, you're gonna stand it straight up. We're gonna move into jump squats. So we are a little bit more all over the place this morning, but I wanna get you into the work and into the work fast. But jumping up, lowering down. Yes, you can. All right, you guys got this. If that jumps too much, just stand up and lower down. Yes, you can. Whew. It is already heating up quickly. If you're able to, let's bring it back into those squats. Jumping. All right. You have just 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Good. All right, our final movement here before we take a little bit of a break and we do it again. You're just gonna do mountain climbers. So you're pulling everything in. Yes, you can. Run it out. How fast can you go here? It's probably the only time you'll hear me say that in these Pilates classes. Okay, you guys got it. Whew. Breathing through this. Keep going. Yes, you can. Whew. Yes, you can. Don't give up. You have just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Set everything down and bring it back into a child's pose position. Amazing. All right. We'll take a little bit of breath time here. And we're just gonna do that all again. So you guys know the drill. You know what is coming. You have 2 more rounds of that. 2 more sets. Whenever we're in these kind of reset moments, feel free to take whatever you need. Maybe that looks like sitting up, catching your breath, reaching your arms up high to the ceiling. All of that is an option. So take whatever you need. Maybe you round the spine back a little bit. Maybe you reverse that circle. You can take some more cat-cows. Lots of options here. All right, we're gonna stand it right on back up, and we're gonna go into that next round here. This is where you finish that second round. You guys got it. Push yourself. Yes, you can. Say yes. Yes, I can. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Set those knees down and press yourself all the way back. Allow yourself that time to take that break. And then we just need to do it one more time. And you guys knocked out this first little series. This is kind of an introduction, so if you guys like this style of class, let us know and we can do a longer version of it. We do have one more set of 3 we're gonna do. All right, take a little bit more time here. All right, let's stand it up and let's finish out this last round we have. Okay. This is the last thing you have to do. You are so strong. Keep going. You can do it. Breathing through this. Yes, you can. You have just 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Set everything all the way back. Whew, that was killer. All right. We're gonna do one more series. It'll be a little bit shorter, and you guys will be on your way. Take some time, once again here. I'm gonna explain the next few moves we're doing. So I'm gonna kind of demonstrate them as you guys find your breath and take a second before we jump in and do that next round of movement. All right, so as you take a breath, your first movement that you have here is gonna be in a plank, and you're gonna do spider crunches. So you're just tapping the knee to the same elbow. So you're tapping the left knee towards the left elbow, the right knee towards the right elbow. Then you're gonna stand it up. We're gonna run it out up here. So just running as fast as you can. And then we're gonna bring it down onto the mat, and we are gonna finish with crunches. So you're just gonna lift yourself up with control here and lower back down. Good. You can make it harder by lifting those legs up into tabletop position. All right, you guys had a nice little break. So let's start this first round so you guys can get out of here. We're gonna do all that 3 times just like the last one. All right, find yourself in that plank position and let's go. Do these little Spider-Mans with me. I don't even know if that's the proper name, but I feel like it's fitting. You guys got this. Still moving with control here. Really trying to tap that knee to that elbow. Yes, you can. Whew. Not too many more. You have last 5. On each side, I know, for 4. 3. Keep going for 2. And this is your last 1. All right, you guys know the drill. Stand it up. And let's run it out. Yes, you can. Running and running. Can those knees get up higher? If that's too much, you can just march in place. But think about it. We're not here for that much longer. You guys can do it. You asked for a Pilates hit. Well, here it is. All right, keep going. Get those knees up. Breathing through this. Let yourself sweat. Let yourself give it everything you can. And then you can go do whatever else you need to do. This is your time to show up as a better you. We have just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it down onto the mat. We finish with those crunches. Hands come behind the head. We lift up and lower down. Yes, you can. Breathing through this. You can do it. Maybe you take that challenge to lift those legs to tabletop. You're not here for long. So pick something that challenges you and gets you out of your comfort zone today. Breathing through this, really pulling the waist in, curling that tailbone down, making sure the core is staying super engaged the entire time. All right, not too much more. And then you get to take a little bit of a break. Whew, yes, you can. You have last 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Good. You can pull those knees into the chest. Once again, do whatever it is that you need to do. Circle those knees around. Ooh, circle in the other direction. Maybe you let one knee go down. Keep this knee into the chest. And then you switch them. Just try and make sure whenever you're stretching, you do whatever you do on one side, try and do on the other as well to keep you balanced. All right, let's set everything up. And let's jump back into those planks. Come up onto those hands and let's start. Okay, we're almost done here. You're almost done with round 2. You just have to do one more round and you guys are out of this. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Set everything down. Amazing. Take a second to catch your breath. We're not going to be here for as long because let's just go ahead and get it done with, why don't we? Now you can sit it up, roll those arms out, give me big circles here. Reverse those circles. All right, let's jump straight on back into this. Finishing with yourself on those hands, press it into that plank, and let's get to work. This is it. This is where you finish. Yes, you can. For 5, 4, 3. Can you lift up higher for 2? And last one. Whew. All right, bring everything in. You guys are done. You absolutely killed this. That ended up being a little bit over 20 minutes, so my bad. Sorry about that, but I wanted to make sure you guys got in a little bit extra work. All right, let's roll it up. You guys are welcome to take whatever other stretches you need to get yourself out of here, to cool yourself down properly. I'm not going to walk you through much today because it's really just whatever feels good, and I want you guys to be able to move on with the rest of your day. So thank you so much for moving with me, and I will see you guys next time in another video.